Hey, this is Annie Veblen-McCarty, and I'm going to teach you how to be effortlessly productive. I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, and I got sick and tired of experts preaching what business and life should look like and what I should be doing as a leader and to turn a profit, only to find myself wasting time, burned out, feeling inauthentic, and still not making any money. On this show, we are ditching the shoulds. I'm giving you permission to do business differently. As a certified master coach, I believe that everything you need to have success and build the life and business of your dreams is already living on the inside. I'm going to empower you to lean into what you do best, help you see your path forward clearly, and give you the strategy and action steps along the way to become effortlessly productive. Let's dive in.
Welcome to this episode of Effortlessly Productive. This is another affirmation episode. I am so glad. I've heard so much feedback that people love these affirmations, that it's really helping them start their day to work on their energetics before they dive into their day, before they dive into their business. And I am so glad that these are serving you so well as they do me. It's part of why I read them out loud and say them every single day to myself, just to get my energy in the right place. I don't like the word right. That was some air quotes for you. Those of you listening, those of you watching on YouTube saw the air quotes. So I am so glad that you have been using these the way I do to get your energy set so that you can go into your business and your workday and add so much value and energy to your clients and to the world around you. You are making such a big difference. So let's dive in. Our affirmation today is, I choose to speak openly about my true feelings because I embrace every part of me as worthy and valuable. So let's break this down a little bit. I choose to speak openly about my true feelings. Now, I will be honest. This one still is a little bit uncomfortable. I definitely sometimes have a hard time being open about what my feelings are. So there are certain people that I am very open with, but I tend to be one of those people that tends to be just a little bit more reserved and closed off. I am sure that some of that came from recovering perfectionism, right? Like not wanting to show the more like negative aspects. And it's something that I am working on every single day. Part of why it's so important to me to have this in my affirmations, because our affirmations are not supposed to be things that we do perfectly all the time. They are supposed to be things that we are working on and beliefs that we are working on changing, our subconscious beliefs that we want to start to shift. And so I choose to speak openly about my true feelings. We're being honest. We're being open. We are sharing that with people around us. Now, this is not to say that we need to go onto social media and spill our entire personal life and baggage and all the things we're going through. But the second part of this affirmation is where this becomes really important. So it says, because I embrace every part of me as worthy and valuable. And for me, this was such a huge awakening moment, because I will share with you, my business name actually used to be Better Than Yesterday. And that was something that I shared for so many years, especially when I was doing a lot of coaching people with their health and fitness. It was a huge motto of mine, just be better than yesterday, better than yesterday. But then there were times where I'm like, well, my best today is not as good as my best yesterday, but it's the best I have to give today. And so that's enough. It started to become this whole thing about like that enoughness, right? Where I am today, whatever I am feeling, no matter whether it's positive emotions or negative emotions, or I'm having a really hard day, I am enough. And what I realized through working with another coach was I was actually creating a lot of separation in myself, a lot of self-judgment of who I used to be. And even when I was having a tough day, without knowing it, by having the motto or the business name Better Than Yesterday, if in my subconscious today was not better than yesterday, I was actually attaching judgment to it, that I was not as worthy and valuable when I would share these emotions with people. And so that's why I created this affirmation with some help from that coach that I was working with, who really helped me start to unravel all of that and realize that I was attaching so much judgment and shame to who I was, who I used to be. And it's not even that that's who I used to be. She is me. She is me, and being proud and realizing that all those hard things that I have been through in my life, the really hard, ugly, nasty things that I have been through, the days that I did not show up the way that I ideally would want to, we all have those days. We all have those moments. If I was attaching shame and judgment to that, I was not actually embracing every part of me. I was not owning myself. I would never feel enough as long as I had that. This is why I'm going to read the affirmation to you one more time so you can kind of get the full feeling of it now that we've broken down why this is so important. I choose to speak openly about my true feelings because I embrace every part of me as worthy and valuable. So as somebody where my core limiting belief always comes back to I'm not enough. And I know a lot of people, that's their core limiting belief, right? All of these other limiting beliefs ultimately come back to that. They stem from that. My subconscious knows that if it wants to get me, that not enoughness, that is the way to get me because that is my specific flavor. This affirmation helps me be able to embrace all of it and say, no, you know what? No matter what it is that you are feeling, no matter how it is that you show up today, you are always worthy and valuable. You are always enough. So borrow this affirmation. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will catch you on the next episode of Effortlessly Productive.